Welcome everyone to HueFin. Today is January the 16th, 2020. The location to where you learn how to trade different and not follow the crowd with the traditional technical analysts that are out there in the space today. We do not follow that particular notion because it continues to show you failure and people continually lose trust in technical analysis. So we're here to give you our prediction as to what we expect the market to do in the cryptocurrency space without confusing you in our language as well as in our price chart. So if this is your first time watching our video, hit that subscribe button, like and share the content as well. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We also place some news posts there as well as some price forecasts that we notice in the stock market as well as in the cryptocurrency space. So now the question for today is going to be, could the Bitcoin halving make Bitcoin price hit all-time highs? You will start to see more articles, more videos about Bitcoin and this event that is exposed to happen in May and how it's going to impact the price. So I'm telling you now, get ready for it. You're going to see a lot of FOMO videos, a lot of FUD videos, and a lot of articles coming out trying to anticipate what's going to happen to Bitcoin's price before and after the halving event. I mean, already on our last video that we did on the 13th of January, we talked about how Tom Lee is expecting Bitcoin's price to make 100% return because of 3 reasons throughout 2020. So we're going to get more of that, and we're going to be here to talk about these articles, and then we will have to, it has to correlate with the price chart in order for that article to have some truth to it. And if it doesn't, you will never ever follow that article because the article is just pulling on your emotional strings to get you to act a certain way. That's one of the powerful reasons as to why we solely focus on the price chart, because it doesn't pull on your emotional strings. Once you understand how to read it, of course. So now let's talk about this article right here. Came out today from Crypto Slate, talking about how the halving event can push Bitcoin to all-time highs. It's just a question. And when you look at it, Bitcoin is only 117 days away from that event happening, to where the block rewards or the Bitcoins that are mined will be reduced every 10 minutes. All right. So the halving takes place approximately every 4 years. So this year is 2020. So the next halving event would be in 2024. Now around May 12th, this is when the event is supposed to take place. At block 630,000, the miners who currently get 12.5 Bitcoin for every block they solve will only get 6.25. So it cuts it in half. And that inflation rate of Bitcoin will also be impacted for an extended period of time as the reduction in the future supply increases. So it's going to be harder and harder as the market continues to mine Bitcoin to bring them to market. So that will have an impact on price, especially once it gets cuts in half. To date, there's only been 2 of them. The first one was back in 2012, right here. That's the first one. And after that event, Bitcoin's price saw about 500% movement to the upside in anticipation of that event. 500% the market in Bitcoin moved higher. From that point, Bitcoin skyrocketed 97 times, making an all-time high of $1,177 on November 30th, 2013. So even before and after the halving event, Bitcoin saw massive gains. This is one of the main reasons why Tom Lee is expecting Bitcoin to give you 100% return, while Bitcoin was traded around $8,700, $8,600. So that means Bitcoin is likely to get up to around $15,000, $16,000 per Bitcoin. The second event, 2016, occurred on July 9th, right there at 420,000 block. Now, before that event, Bitcoin surged 300%. After the event, Bitcoin price increased 29 times, hit $19,765 on the 17th of December 2017. So in both situations of these halving events, Bitcoin saw gains going into and outside of the halving event. Can we expect that this time? Well, according to a tweet that Alex Kruger did, he ran a poll and he asked about 4,000 people. Well, at least 4,000 people took the poll, and he asked his followers, what would be the price of Bitcoin? What would be the high? 47%, you guys can see right here, it's a tweet. 47% of the respondents said that Bitcoin is going to be above $20,000. 28% says it's going to be around $14,000 to $19,999. 10% says around $11,500 to around $14,000, and 15% said below $11,500. Now, when you look at that, 75% of the people think Bitcoin will double from where it is right now, from 14,000 up to around 20,000. 75%. So there's a lot of optimism in the market for Bitcoin and higher prices in 2020. Now, as always, there are other people who disagree with the massive movement that some other people are expecting Bitcoin to go throughout 2020. And this one individual right here is Chris Slaughter. He's the founder and CEO of LVL, and he's been studying a fractal, which is some technical term, back since December 27, 2019. And the pattern that he's looking at did anticipate the current rally that Bitcoin went through. Now, Chris is looking for a downturn in the market that could push Bitcoin to, and it got in parentheses, new lows. So that's definitely on the other side of the spectrum in terms of the optimism and the pessimism that's going on for Bitcoin for 2020. The wisdom of the crowd is rarely correct. That is the statement that this author made. So the wisdom of the crowd, they're trying to pinpoint that to the 75% of individuals that is looking for Bitcoin to make all-time highs or trade higher or double the price of where it was around $8,500. Under this premise, 75% of the market is bullish. The probabilities for the bearish outlook increase. So since majority of the people are tipping towards higher prices of Bitcoin, then the other side of that trade will have to be the bearish outlook to increase. But as always, the truth is on the price chart. So what we're going to do now, we're going to look at the price chart for Bitcoin and give you our expectations and forecasts into the market for this cryptocurrency. Now, for us, we love being fully transparent with each and every one of you. And as we zoom in on this price chart, you can tell that we expected the market in Bitcoin to move to the downside. But I want you to go back and listen to that video, because we stated from a daily perspective that Bitcoin was giving us a lot of indication of strength into the market. Matter of fact, it was my last sentence that I said on that video to substantiate that. But I mean, we got it wrong, right? And we knew that $8,200 in the market in Bitcoin was resistance, and the market broke it the following day. So either you was able to get out at a loss of 1.61, or if you stayed in for the rest of the day, 8.98%, right? So it goes like that. You just move on. Don't get emotional. Keep it strong and move on to the next trade. So let's get rid of it. So now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change this ascending line just a bit, because this is the actual trend that we're getting into the market in Bitcoin. All right. So, I mean, we could still see Bitcoin move to the downside. This is the third day that the market in Bitcoin has been unsuccessful in breaking above $8,800. That's plain and simple to see. So we got to recognize that and say that the probability of Bitcoin moving lower is greater than it breaking above $8,800. Take a look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, and again, the sideways consolidation of trading is getting a lot of people confused, but there are some price bars amongst this consolidation of trading that indicate that Bitcoin is still giving us some indication of weakness. 3-hour chart, getting the same thing. The market is not that strong in Bitcoin as of this particular moment. The only thing that is keeping this price from really crashing, well, I'm not going to say crash, but move to the downside, is $8,600. Looking at Bitcoin on the 2-hour chart, again, the market is having a very good battle going on between the ones who control the market and then the ones who are trying to continually bring this price higher in Bitcoin. So what we're going to go ahead and do on this particular video, we're going to play the market in Bitcoin again to the downside. Okay. Now, let me preface that downside movement. I'm not seeing that much weakness though. Okay. I'm definitely not seeing that much weakness, but the probability of Bitcoin moving lower is greater than the market moving higher as of this particular moment. But overall, I mean, I'm not really too concerned with a dramatic movement, whether it's to the upside, to the downside, not right now. But seemingly this $8,600 level is being very good for support. So that's positive. And as long as we trade above that area, I will be looking for the market in Bitcoin to move higher. But when I look at Bitcoin's price on the multiple time frames, I'm getting indications to where the market is trying to push this price lower. Okay, let me take a look at another one real quick. So what I'm noticing into the market in Bitcoin right now is definitely that $8,600 being a very good support area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reverse this forecast and I'm going to play the market in Bitcoin moving higher. And $8,600 definitely has to be a factor in Bitcoin moving higher. Okay, we see the market in Bitcoin break below that. We can still see it come all the way back down to 85, which will still keep the overall trend in Bitcoin moving higher though. Okay, so keep that in mind too. So we'll just play it, the market in Bitcoin, if it does move lower, to hold support around our ascending line. But we're going to play it to the upside right now, and we'll TP it around $8,800. It's not that much, but like I stated earlier, I just don't see a big change coming on into the market in Bitcoin right now. Let me take a look at it before I go on a weekly. So yeah, this is it. I mean, it's a very small time frame. We played on a 1 hour time frame in the market in Bitcoin. Okay, so make sure that you keep that in mind as we continue to see this cryptocurrency trade. We want to play it on a 1 hour time frame. So this is it. Questions, comments, as always, let us know. Make sure you always maintain that profitability, and I'll see you all on the next one.